Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Ordinary Everydays, where I talk about budgeting, my journey to becoming debt-free, and just cozy little ordinary everyday moments. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, please hit the subscribe button, give me a like or a comment so I can get to know you, and let's get started. Happy November, everyone. November is actually my birthday month, so I was super excited to get some pieces of jewelry in the mail from Ana Luisa Jewelry. These are such beautiful pieces of jewelry. I've been wearing them almost every day since I got them. Ana Luisa pieces are humidity tested and tarnish free, and you can tell when you're wearing them that they're really high quality. Ana Luisa sent me a code for anyone to use to get 20% off your purchase, which is ordinaryeverydays 20, and I put a link in the description down below. So welcome to November. This is the mood board I put together for November. It's giving me late autumn vibes. Thanksgiving is coming up, and this is just how I'm feeling these days. Okay, so let's get started doing the budget for November, where we're going to budget every single dollar of my income. We're going to assign it a spot. I'm going to pay things as they come due. And I have some awesome budget tracker sheets that we'll use to, debt payoff tracker sheet. So I made one debt payoff tracker sheet for my credit card debt. I'm going to be paying off $10,000 of credit card debt over 20 months at $500 a month. If I can make 2 payments in 1 month, I can color in 2 stickers. So that's going to be one part of it. I made another payoff tracker for my first car loan, which is going to take, this is probably the longest amount of time, where right now it's scheduled over like 60 months or so, which is crazy. So this is going to be the next thing to pay off. And then I have my final loan tracker for my second car loan, which should be quick to pay off. So we're going to get into these, and I'll be able to color in spaces for every month as I pay off the balances. So that I'm super excited to try doing that. So let's go ahead and get into the budget for November. So we started the month of November with a checking account balance of $6,625.56. For the month of November, I am only going to budget for my own income. My husband is out of work at the moment, and I don't want to count on any contributions from him because I don't want to pressure him to do that until he finds another role. So let's just use my income. And I am also, let me just write it in, 6,082. I'm also feeling grateful because my company just went through a merger, and unfortunately, a lot of people were laid off during that process, but luckily I was able to keep my job. So now I'm working for the new company that we merged with. So that is super exciting, and it's going to cause some changes to my monthly pay. I'm going to, starting January 1st, I'm going to be moving from being paid twice a month, no matter what, to being paid bi-weekly. So I'll get magic months, which I'm super excited about because I'm just nerdy about that stuff. And then also a few other things. I'm getting a better 401k match. And so some things may be changing starting January 1st with my pay, but For now, I really just want to only use my paycheck for budgeting and not assume I'll get any other income this month, so we keep it really tight. And then if I do, that'll be a nice surprise, but I don't want to budget for that. Okay, so I have already paid rent so far because I'm making this video on November 3rd, and that was $2,460, I believe. So I've already paid that. Internet is constant. It's $65.22. And that, I believe, is due on the 15th. I'll have to double check. The electric bill is, last month was $140. So I'll budget around the same. Maybe I'll say $150 because we're entering the cooler months. So we're not really running the air conditioner or the heat too much yet. So I'm hoping it'll be lower this month. For insurance, and that's due like on the 20 something. So I have to go through and write everything down again. For insurance, that is auto paid to one of my cards, which I need to update to my debit card, $330.62. Phones are $162, and I pay that towards the end of the month. So let's add up total fixed expenses this month. So I'm budgeting around $3,167.84 for total fixed expenses. So let's subtract total fixed expenses from total income. So let me just write that in white at the top. We have $2,914.16, which is total income minus total fixed. So we have $2,900 for debt payoff, excuse me, and for variable expenses. Okay, so let's go into debt payments first, because that's what I want to budget for first. For the first car loan, the starting balance on that, okay, the starting balance on the first one is going to be $2,913.95, and the starting balance on the second one, $18,399.60. So for the cars, this one always has a payment of $274.91, and this one always has a payment of $301.09. My balance transfer card, the starting balance on it currently is $12,682.38. So out of that, $1,700 of that was due to living expenses last month that I haven't paid yet, but my plan was to pay off all of the living expenses. So that was $12,682.38 minus $1,700. That leaves us with $10,982 of like a rolling of an actual debt balance. So that is, okay, let's do 1,700 roll, okay, so sorry, 1,700 rolling balance, 10,982 debt. That's 1,700 of this $12,000. 1,700 is a rolling balance that I want to pay all off. $11,000 or so is just accumulated debt. So my plan there would be to pay both of these off. The $1,700 The $1,700 balance is payment number one, and then an additional $500 would be what I'd want to do for payment number two to bring down the rolling debt balances, or sorry, the accumulated debt balance as well. So let me add up the total debt. So that's a total debt amount of $33,900. $995.93. And I would want to make total payments of $274.91. I would want to make total payments of $2,776, which would leave us, okay. So if we do 2,914 minus 2,776, that would leave me with $138 of padding in my account until I get my next paycheck for my income. So that would be using up almost all of this amount to cover fixed expenses and debt payoff. And then my rolling income, or sorry, my income would cover. So basically, yeah, I'm 1 month behind on living expenses because my habit has been to charge them throughout the month to the credit card, pay the total balance of that off on the first of that month, and then charge the credit card throughout the month to charge more living expenses and then pay those off on the first of the next month, which is not a great habit to have. Unfortunately, I don't think I can really work on getting a full month ahead at the moment because I'm really working on like a really tight, unless I really, really cut down on variable expenses, it's going to be really tight. And I don't have room in my budget this month at the moment for any contributions to my savings account, considering I want to prioritize debt payoff. Unless I want to put that $138 or so onto my savings account. So that is a little bit tough. But yeah, then that means, let me think here. If I did want to prioritize paying $500 to savings, and at the end of this month, so here I had a bit of a rolling balance. $6,600 means around $600 of that was my rolling balance from additional income. And if this month I don't receive any additional income from my husband or from side hustles or anything like that, then my total income for the month, or my total balance, will be $6,000, around $6,100. Which means that I need to make sure then that my next month, if I'm going to do this 1 month behind thing that I've been doing, that my next month I can pay total fixed expenses plus whatever variable expenses I rack up during the month. So let's just keep that. Let's just try that. Let's do 6,000, keep it flat, minus around 3,200 for fixed expenses means minus 500 for debt payoff, minus 274.91 for car, minus 301.09 for my other car. That leaves me, I have to maintain my variable expenses below $1,700 a month, or else I'm going to start building up debt again on my balance transfer card rather than actually making progress, unless I wanted to reduce the amount that I'm paying off the debt every month. So especially with Thanksgiving and the holidays coming up, keeping my variable expenses below $1,700 is going to be pretty tricky. I do have some cash savings. Let me write that in quickly. For cash savings, I do have $2,300 cash savings saved up. Unfortunately, with this budget, I don't know if I can actually do a payment to cash savings without going freaking broke. So I'm not going to do that, but I may use some of this cash savings to cover some Christmas gift buying expenses. We'll see about that. For the 529 plans, I'm not making any contributions this month. My stock did, what was it last time? The value of my stock did go up from last month to this month, so it's currently worth $19,000, which is awesome. And I am holding on to this stock money to pay for a potential down payment on a house, which all of those plans keep getting delayed because of the crazy mortgage interest rates at the moment. I'm trying to figure out if it's worth it to pull the trigger and buy something now, or if I should just try to wait out the market a little bit, because currently interest rates are like 7.5%, 8.5%, which is just an insane amount of money to be paying just towards interest. I know I can refinance later, but the actual cost of homes is also still super high. So I'm just trying to figure out when I should bite the bullet and just go for that versus just keep renting for a while, because rent would be more affordable. I definitely want to wait until my husband has something solid lined up before we even consider really buying anything. But that I'm not making payments to, it's just market rate changes for savings. And then for my high yield savings, that's currently at $33,995. So this is also meant to be for buying a house. It was an inheritance I received, and I don't want to touch it for anything besides buying a house, because I just feel like that's just how I want to handle it. But in the absolute worst case scenario, I guess this is also an emergency fund if I absolutely have to have it be one. But my intention is to just use this for house buying. And that should mostly go up around $100, a little over $100 every month, because of the good kind of interest, the 4% interest rate it has, 4 point something interest rate it has on my savings, on high yield savings. So that will go up because of interest, around 100 or so. And then my 401ks, let me check and see if those went up or down from last month. Okay, my 401ks also went up since last month because of the market, which is awesome. Obviously, I'm not touching the 401ks until retirement, and I'm kind of behind on the 401ks for my age. I know it's still a good amount of money, but I think that I feel stressed about all of that stuff. Luckily, the new company I'm working for does a 3% 401k match. So I think right now I'm contributing like 9% of my income to my 401k, and I don't get any match for my current company. So having a 3% match will add just a little bit of extra free money into my 401k balance, which is super, super exciting. So let me add up all of my savings at the moment. So that is a total savings balance of $126,189.61, which I love to see. Yeah, I would say having that stock and that high yield savings just lurking in the background makes me feel a little bit more secure going through some like income instability. But I really, really don't want to break into those funds for anything except for buying a house. But the idea of buying a house is also really, really stressful for me. So yeah. All right, so let's subtract 2914. Okay, so 2914 minus 2776. That will result in 138 of a floating balance, which is very tight. That's way tighter than I'm comfortable with. And so that means let's keep it to $1,700 maximum variable expense budget, so that we don't end up in a sticky situation next month. Okay, so let's keep that in mind as we make our budget. We want to max it at $1,700 a month. Okay, groceries. I know I always say $900 a month recently. I think that it will probably be a bit higher because of Thanksgiving, but maybe we can shift it around so that we're still only paying $900 a month. Luckily, one good thing about being back near family again is that we're all sharing our Thanksgiving this year instead of having it all on me to make Thanksgiving for just our family. We're with our extended family now, so I won't have to buy and make every single item for the Thanksgiving dinner. So that should take some of the burden off there. For subscriptions, I typically pay $50 a month or so. I'm gonna put that. We should cancel some, obviously. I'll try to cancel some this month, but it wouldn't hit until next month if I do that. So furniture and decor, nothing in the budget for that this month. For clothing, I know we typically do have to buy 1 or 2 things for the kids, especially because they're growing so fast. So I don't want to be unrealistic. But I don't foresee any big expenses. I'll put 50 just as some wiggle room. For the kids' school, I do have to pay some field trip fees, which I don't remember off the top of my head how much they are. Maybe $25 a kid. So I'll put 50 for that, for field trip money. For kids' fun, I do want to start budgeting for Christmas gift buying. So it won't be exactly for the kids. I guess that would be under holidays, wouldn't it? So I'm not going to budget anything specifically for kids' fun. For fun, we'll probably go to the dog park with the dog, or watch movies together, play video games together, hang out with our family together. I'm not going to pay for any additional like special activities this month. So that's my plan for that. For gas, I probably will have to fill up the tank at least once, which is around $30 for my tiny little car. For eating out, I really don't want to, I'll put 50 because I'm not planning to do much of that this month, especially with Thanksgiving coming and all that stuff. For coffee out, I guess I can give myself a little something just to keep my sanity. I'll give myself 15 there. For beauty and bath, I usually spend 50-ish a month. I'll put 50 again. For exercise, nothing. For birthdays, it's my birthday. So last month I did buy some tickets for myself, but I'm not buying myself anything else related to my birthday. For holidays, this is where I'm going to leave this last and we'll see how much is left in the budget for holidays. For family activities, again, the family activity this month is Thanksgiving. For car maintenance, I do have to renew tags. I don't remember how much that is. Let me look that up real quick, actually. Okay, that is not as bad as I was thinking. It should just be $20. So I'll put 20 in there. Not as bad as registering a new vehicle. That was the pricey one. For dog care, I'll put 50 in for food and maybe some toys. For vacations, none this month. And then for other, I should put in some wiggle room here. I'll put a very tight wiggle room of 50. So let me add this all up and see where we stand so I can think about gift buying for Christmas. Okay, so we're at $13.15, which leaves us $385 for buying gifts. Okay, I feel okay about that. I'm gonna add $300 to Christmas gift buying budget. Ooh, I'm excited. And then for the other $85, I feel happy about that too. That should be good wiggle room for other stuff. So I'm gonna add it to groceries because it is going to be Thanksgiving this month, and I do think that's going to be a little on the high side. $9.85 for groceries. Knowing our family, that would be a very typical expense, even not on a Thanksgiving month. So that should bring us to $1,700 even. Ooh, which is going to be tight, but it has to be done. And yeah, I really, really hope that, my husband can find something soon. And thank God I didn't get laid off. Seriously. I really definitely need to have a bigger cash emergency fund. This $2,300 is absolutely my primary emergency fund. So if I do wind up really going over for some reason, I'll probably take out of this cash savings to cover that. So I can maintain my debt payoff of $500 extra on top of the rolling balance of debt. Okay, so going into my sticker sheet, I will be doing another video, probably Transfer Tuesday, where I do my credit card pay off. I'm not counting payments of the rolling balance, so the $1,700 payment, which it just covers living expenses charged last month. I won't be counting that. I will be counting the additional $500 payment to bring down the debt. And this is just showing $10,000 worth of payments for that alone, not counting the living expenses rolling balances. Okay. Then on this one, the Prius, I believe, is due the 15th. I will probably include that in the same Transfer Tuesday video and just pay that early so I can just go ahead and color in squares. And then for the Honda, I think it's due around the same amount of time. And actually, this is the starting balance in October, and I have already made a payment since then. So I thought it would be fun. I can just go ahead and color in one of these squares because I have technically already paid off one of these payments. So let's just do that. Let's color our first square in. Just let me do a little bigger. Just gonna color in my first little square here. With my little honeycomb. I feel like that's not really dark enough. All right, so technically we have paid off one of these. So really by the end, from a year from now, let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, a year from now, this should be completely paid off. I'll have the whole car paid off. And if I can hurry up the payments and do it faster, that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm also gonna rewrite all of this so that I'm actually tracking the exact, yeah, so my car payment was due the 15th. Oh, the first one, I pay the 3rd. I'll have to check the actual due date on that and update my payment calendar so I know exactly what I'm paying when. But I'll probably wind up doing a Transfer Tuesday video where we make credit card payment and both the car loans, and so I can color in my sticker sheets this month. And yeah, I'm feeling very confident. I love that I have $300 to start building on Christmas expenses so I can start ordering the gifts for the kiddos, and I'm so excited about that. And yeah, let's do this. Let's finish off this year. I hope everyone has a really great holiday this month and next month. And yeah, let me know in the comments, how are you budgeting for the holidays? Have you been saving up all year? Do you just wing it like I am unfortunately doing in the last couple months of the year? What are your plans for the holidays? Let me know in the comments below. Any good Thanksgiving recipes that you think I should try. I love baking and cooking and stuff, so I am excited to think about my menu. And I am going to wrap this up and I'm going to go to Costco. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. I have to eat some lunch.